Stress, we hear about it all the time. Deadlines at work, traffic jams, arguments with loved ones. It feels like stress is everywhere. And you know what? It is, but that's not necessarily a bad thing. Stress, in its essence, is simply our body's way of reacting to challenges. It's that surge of energy that helps us face a tough situation head-on. Imagine this. You're crossing the street and a car suddenly speeds around the corner. What happens? Your heart pounds, your breath quickens, and your senses go on high alert. This is your body's stress response, also known as the fight or flight response, kicking in to help you avoid danger. It's a natural, instinctive reaction that has kept humans safe for millennia. The problem isn't stress itself, but what happens when it becomes chronic. When we're constantly under pressure, when the deadlines never end and the worries keep piling up, our bodies stay in a state of high alert. This chronic stress, this constant feeling of being overwhelmed, is what takes a toll on our physical and mental well-being. When we perceive a threat, our brains sound the alarm, setting off a chain reaction throughout the body. Hormones like adrenaline and cortisol flood our system, pushing us into that fight or flight mode. Our heart rate and blood pressure spike, our muscles tense, and our digestion slows down. All non-essential functions are put on hold as our bodies prepare to deal with the perceived danger. In the short term, this response is incredibly useful. It gives us the energy and focus we need to handle emergencies. However, when stress becomes chronic, this constant state of high alert begins to wear down our systems. Our heart and blood vessels, under constant strain, become more susceptible to damage, increasing the risk of heart disease. Our digestive system, thrown off balance, can lead to problems like irritable bowel syndrome, IBS, heartburn, and even changes in our gut bacteria. Chronic stress can also impact our immune system, making us more vulnerable to infections and slowing down the healing process. It's like our body, constantly on high alert, forgets to take care of its basic maintenance, leading to a whole host of problems down the line. While the physical effects of chronic stress are significant, the impact on our mental health is equally profound. Our minds, constantly bombarded by worries and anxieties, struggle to find peace. We may experience increased irritability, anxiety, and difficulty concentrating. Simple tasks feel overwhelming, and our fuse seems to get shorter with each passing day. Chronic stress can also disrupt our sleep, leading to insomnia and fatigue, further exacerbating those feelings of anxiety and irritability. It's a vicious cycle. Stress leads to poor sleep leads to more stress, and so on. This constant mental strain can also affect our relationships, making it harder to connect with loved ones and leading to feelings of isolation and loneliness. We may find ourselves turning to unhealthy coping mechanisms such as overeating, smoking, or excessive alcohol consumption in an attempt to numb the stress and anxiety. While these behaviors might provide temporary relief, they ultimately contribute to a downward spiral, negatively impacting both our physical and mental health in the long run. The good news is that we don't have to be victims of stress. While we can't always eliminate the stressors in our lives, we can learn to manage our response to them. One of the most effective ways to do this is by shifting our perspective. Instead of viewing challenges as insurmountable threats, we can choose to see them as opportunities for growth and learning. Engaging in activities that promote relaxation and well-being, such as exercise, meditation, or spending time in nature, can help us build resilience and better cope with life's inevitable ups and downs. Making time for hobbies, connecting with loved ones, and prioritizing self-care are all essential components of effective stress management. Remember, stress is a natural part of life. It's our body's way of preparing us to meet challenges. By learning to manage our stress effectively, we can harness its power for good, using it to fuel our growth and resilience, rather than allowing it to deplete our energy and undermine our well-being.